Alright, you guys, everybody's been asking me for a breakdown video of my automatic jerk rig puller. So I've literally sat here and tore it down to pieces to show y'all. And this is after a year and everything still works just like day one. But I'm going to show y'all a little bit better of everything here. So I'm going to start with the frame. The frame is made out of, all it is just a little bit of metal square tubing, and I stacked them together and made this frame. Some of them had elbows, some of them were straight pieces, and I just stacked them together to make the frame. So let's see. So here I have a clamp to clamp a post to it. Easy enough, and then I can either just beat a pipe in the ground and stick this into it. Alright, that's pretty much the frame. Inside I have my battery, which is not here right now. It plugs right up, two little plug-ins. I have a speed controller, and I have my remote, which is glued into the bottom. So that is what I turn it on and off with my button. I sit in my blind or in my boat or up on the shore, wherever, turn it on and off as the hunt goes. If something happens, a stick gets in here, I can cut it off. But that's pretty much that. Then here is my motor. I have a 10 RPM motor. You can buy these on Amazon. They have little mounts where you can mount them to things. And even on the back side you can mount them to it. Alright, so here's my arm. My arm bolts up right along here, right back to there. Alright, so this is a coupler, or coupling. The shaft comes out of the motor and I bolt it right back to it. Then this shaft runs up into here and I bolt it to it. And I used a tent spike at one time for the shaft, which I ended up twisting it all to pieces. So I ended up having to get a sturdier shaft, which just is steel, and then runs down to the length that I need it to another coupling. Alright. Then as it runs down inside of there, here's a bolt inside that this coupling bolts right back to inside of there. Inside is a bolt. That's literally a bolt that runs all the way up to there. I have two bearings that lay inside of here. One is directly at the bottom, so I have my bolt, a nut that tightens this to it. My bearing is inside of here. Right above it I put a bolt. Since the bearing is forced in there, it stays. And then I JB welded it inside of there, so for sure it stays. And then above it is another bearing up here. And if I can show y'all in the light, you can see the bearing inside of there. Hopefully y'all can see it. But it's quite simple. I'm going to try to show y'all me putting it back together a little bit and how simple it is. So we have everything here that's ready to go back together. Alright, my motor, I didn't break it completely down, but I just want to show y'all outside of the sleeve. That way y'all can kind of see what I'm talking about. So that goes right through the hole. Right through the hole that I've already got there. Alright. Then my arm, I can do it without knocking the camera over. So this slides right back into here. Just that simple. have these bolts, and these were actually for drywall, but I'd recommend bolts and nuts. But this is the little piece that you get outside of the drywall pieces that look like these. But this bolt will run right back through. So then run through, and then just put your nut back on. I'm not going to tighten everything down and show you to the fullest, but that would bolt back up like so. And then same thing for the top side. How I have my motor mounted, I actually don't have anything actually really mounted. It's just holding it still. So this is my cover that goes over top of it. My motor is kind of free floating in there, to be honest, but the pressure keeps it in one spot. Let's see if I can get this bolt out the way. Goes 2 and 3. This covers right over top. And I'll tuck all the wires in and whatnot, have everything in there hidden. That way it can't get pulled out or nothing. Then I have these longer bolts, 2 of them, and this little piece of plastic. Now, I run all this right through into here. Just like so. Then I bolt that back down, and that holds all that together. For arm, and you could do a single arm if you'd like, but this was how I made it so it didn't tangle. Made this part just a little bit longer than everything else. That way the string never got past that point. It's just nuts and bolts and washers, and then it's not tight. It doesn't have to be super tight. Well, that's pretty much the setup. I hope that helps everyone.